Hello everybody, Jordan Gasly and Mr. Punks for Plastic himself, Richard, right here. In this unscheduled toy hunt video, you'll understand in the next clip. Um, yeah, we just decided to kind of hang out. I wasn't planning on filming. Spoiler alert for the next clip. Again, you'll understand. So we're just gonna go around. This is probably gonna be a short one today. We might have seen some new stuff, and I might have decided to start filming. I don't know. Again, you're gonna have to watch the next clip. Richard, you looking for anything specific this week, or are you just kind of along for the ride?
A little column A, a little column B. I'm kind of looking at some of the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi Black Series figures. That's a yes or no. I haven't quite decided yet.
Mm-hmm. I also am looking for some 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi Black Series figures, and I need to replace an Indiana Jones figure. My Belloc figure, for some reason, came just factory defect, and it's also one of these factory defects that I wouldn't have been able to see if they had window packages. It just literally, the peg for the hand did not come with the ball joint for the hand, so the hand just slides right off the peg. So I need to find, I'm going to hold on to that one until I find a replacement. Then I'm going to buy the replacement and return the other one. So I'm kind of looking for a figure replacement today, which is something I don't often do. Anyway, you want to get to it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hit the subscribe button and do all the
like,
buttons.
comment, and subscribe. Do it now.
Yeah, with
threats. Threats and issues.
All right, my friends, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't going to film today, so the intro that you saw before this is filmed after this. Timelines. Richard and I popped in. We're just hanging out. We decided to do a non-film toy hunt, but there's some stuff showing up, so let's take a walk. We have our unmasked Michael Keaton Batman from The Flash. We have our 12-inch statue. That would have been cool if it was a figure. But we have our statue right here. We've got a new Joker, our Supergirl from the Flash Wave, our Flash from the Flash Wave, and our Dark Flash from the Flash Wave. We have our Jay Garrick Flash, and another Jay Garrick Flash. We've got our Bat Cycle right here, so hopefully that Batmobile is starting to show up soon. We've got our Project Superman right here. And then we will bypass all this because this is all the same. But we have two new Marvel Legends. We have our Iron Man Extremis from our Puff Adder Wave. We have a peg of those. And we also have our Yelena Belova from the Puff Adder Wave. And we also have a peg of those. And if I can take you back all the way over here, if you don't mind, bypassing all this, we have entire rows of all of our Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 figures. And I think, God, I really want that Spider-Punk. Let's see what else we have. I thought I was done filming. I was looking at this, but boom, look at that. Our Cyborg Spider-Woman right there. Nice. And once again, thought we caught everything, but then Richard pointed out Mr. Paul E. Dangerously right there. Look at that. Fresh with an ECW hat. Look at that cell phone. Look at that. Is he calling Zach Morris on that phone? Sorry, no Ferrari. Richard and I were on our way to the NECA collectibles section, and then we found this entire Guardians of the Galaxy end cap right here. And this is the first time I'm seeing these guys. So we have our deluxe Groot right here. We have our Drax. I think Kentpole was looking for a Drax in his area. So we've got our Star-Lord, we have our Warlock, we have our Mantis. Who else are we missing? Who else do we have? Kraglin, Rocket, and Nebula. So let's see. Warlock. Nope. Those are the only ones we see. All right, my friends, I'm going to make this quick just because they are playing a lot of music. But there's some new stuff at the second Target that we went to. We found this Fulcrum Omnibus. We have our Rocket that we did not see at our last Target. We have new G.I. Joe Classified. We got Courtney Covergirl Krieger right here. Look at that. First time seeing that. I like the art on these a lot. Let's see, we've got our Gammy Guard for our Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. I might be picking one of these up. We have our Grand Inquisitor, first time seeing this guy on the pegs. And we have our Migs Mayfeld from season 1 of The Mandalorian. So that is all of the new stuff here. Everything else is just kind of business as usual. Happy man right here. Happy man right here. Let me tell you, we were talking and he just shut down mid-sentence and found the Jada Toys Street Fighter. We have the Fei Long and the Ryu. Those are the only two we had. There were two, but Richard is picking one up. So there's one of each of these. I know that somebody in our website. No, you're fine, buddy. You're preaching to the choir. How many times have I done that to you?
True.
So yeah, those are starting to hit. Man, I really wish the Universal Monsters Jada Toy stuff would be available in the stores, but it's cool to see those. I'm not sure if anybody are collecting these, but the TMNT Stranger Things, the next wave with let's see, 11 and Lucas and Dustin are out. All right, Toy Hunt Speed Run. We are at a third target, and the only new thing that I've seen that Richard pointed out was the Vincent R. Falcone for G.I. Joe. So we're starting to see some new G.I. Joe figures on the pegs. We're gonna go check NECA. If I don't film, there was nothing new. Hello and good morning, everybody. Jordan Gasly here. I'm out and about in this very oddly cool, windy, late April day. Again, it was 85 yesterday, and it's 60 and windy today. Georgia weather. So I'm here with Richards over here. We'll get him on camera in a minute. But
I'm distracted.
Hey, I figured that since last week it was such a quick toy hunt, it was almost like a toy hunt speed round. I only filmed a lot of the new stuff that we saw. I didn't really go in depth. It was like, there's a toy swap next weekend. I'm just gonna make this a twofer. So 2 hunts, 2 furious, like this guy back here.
Double feature.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take you around this toy swap. They are setting up around here, and we'll just take you around and see what we see. It has been such a windy day at the toy swap over here that a lot of these tents have just been taken off into the road. So a lot of the vendors have taken off the tent portion and just left the skeleton out here. But anyway, let's look at some toys. We've been here for about an hour or two. We haven't looked at toys yet. Let's check out some toys. Let's see what we have over here. Over at this guy's booth right over here. We got Matt giving a piece of part of the Cabal, repping the Cabal on the t-shirt. Look at that. Let's see. I have no idea how the audio of this is gonna sound with all this wind, so if it's terrible, I'm sorry. This was that Daredevil figure where if you signed up for a year of the Marvel Unlimited, you got this pretty sweet yellow and red Daredevil. I actually really like that figure. Let's see. I do like that Storm, but I don't feel like I need that. That was loud. I don't feel like I need that 2-pack, but I do like that Storm. So we got some Turtle stuff. So we got some Hodgepodge down here, some Harry Potter pops. We have King Mythic Legion's Enabler, Ricky. Let's see. Those look pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. She goes out of town.
I just can't do the 18 scale figures anymore.
She doesn't answer.
Like the Vitruvian hacks? Yeah, like I dig the Vitruvian hacks, but man, if they were 6-inch, I would.
Which they're making 6-inch scale now, right?
They not those. They're doing something different. They're doing the skeletons. Okay. They're doing the epic hacks, which are cool. But I wish they were doing those figures in because they do a lot of ancient Greek characters and mythology figures.
You got the 6-inch of these, right?
I got one. I've got the. Tiberius, I think. He's the tiger guy.
Is he cool?
He is very cool.
Come on.
Let's see. We got some Transformers. This is a very long clip. got some Star Wars Black Series. Ezra. I have a feeling that that figure will be in demand with
you want a super fighter.
a super.
Super fighter. That's what you really want.
That's, you know what?
That's real legit. Super fighter world championship. You need that.
Buddy, I wish I could think of a joke to follow up, but I cannot. I do like a good bootleg toy though. That is pretty funny.
He says that, but like the next time I
Carded G.I. Joe, Star Wars.
Lord Bushido.
That is some of the Vitruvian hacks that we were talking about. This one is the one I was talking about in particular. I really like this skeleton in particular, but I wish it was a 6-inch figure. I actually did a video of these. Maybe I'll link it in one of the corners, but I did do kind of like an unboxing on these guys when I first found out about it. And I still think they're great figures, but I just wish they were 6-inch rather than the 3 3/4 scale. Let's see, some classified, a bunch of figure art stuff.
This beautiful Magneto. Like, if there was one thing I could go back in time and do,
Yeah?
it would just buy exclusively extra.
I think I'm too knee deep into the legends. I have to round out the legends. Yeah.
It's too many legends to go back and start doing this.
Let's see, this is the high roller table right here with all the Mezco. We got some Mythic Legions. Let's see, what else? We've got some Action Force stuff. Oh, here's that really sweet looking sod cutter figure. God, that looks so good. So what else we got over here? Some pops, and not really too interested in those. We got some of the 3D printed dragons. Entire tub of loose Transformers here. Pretty good prices on some of these too. Not too shabby. This nerd right here trying to sell his wares. Over here, what does Brian have? He's got some old school Marvel Legends, some new school Marvel Legends. That's a good Gambit figure. I already have it. I don't need it, but you got these two guys dancing on his table. So we got some stuff down here.
It's like the null is $20 off.
We got a VHS table right over here. So what we got? There we go. One of the greatest VHS tapes ever printed onto
Best movie that doesn't even need titles.
Exactly. Look at that. Well, I mean, it has it on the spine, but
On the front,
that's all you
know what
need.
it is.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Let's see what else do we have over here. Some Indiana Jones. Harry and the Hendersons. Short Circuit 2. Oh man. And probably the weirdest movie in the history of Christmas movies. That movie is. It's online.
So does he also
Find it.
have a car seat, or does he just have a booth?
That's an experience.
I have it.
Let's see. We're at Marcus's table right here. I actually bought 2 of the Ninja Turtles here earlier. There's Douglas's big head right in front of me. He doesn't know I'm talking about him. He'll watch the video later and see it. There's Marcus. There's the man who put this swap together right here. Look at that.
I helped. Not really. I didn't do that. I graced it with my presence.
Look at this.
And that's not even saying
Stolen
much.
valor over here, man.
Yeah.
There we go. Turtle pieces. It's really loud at this corner. There's been at least 4 ambulances that have gone by earlier.
I've been waiting because it's like 15 years on that.
There we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ghastly Toy Crypt. Listen, not really much going on in the toy hunt this week. As a matter of fact, the last couple of weeks, because as you saw, I just kind of put 2 weeks together. First week, I just kind of did a speed round and showed you the new stuff that we found. I didn't really kind of go in depth up and down those toy aisles because I just feel like I've been filming the same stuff over and over again for probably close to 2 months now. So I just figured show what's new, get out of there. I did have some pickups that day, so I will show you that. And then also, we went to the toy swap yesterday, and it was incredibly windy. So windy that a lot of people's tents were just taking off into the wind. So I didn't film too much. There also weren't as many vendors as I thought there were going to be. The last time, or the first time they did this toy swap, it was probably close to 10, 12, 13 vendors, and I think only about like 8 or 7 showed up this week, which is fine because they all had great stuff, and everyone had a really fun time. So I can definitely see this toy swap growing in popularity. And again, big thanks to Marcus, as you saw in the video, for putting that toy swap together. Marcus is a good dude. He runs a really solid Facebook toy group page, and the swap is fun. We have a lot of friends that show up to that. So not only was I attempting to film, but I was just kind of hanging out and shooting the breeze. No pun intended. Or pun intended. It's up to you. Balls in your court. Yeah, I was just kind of hanging out. And I did pick up some stuff. I had some stuff that I had purchased from a friend weeks ago, and he brought it for me. So we'll go ahead and dive in and show you what I picked up over the last couple of weeks. How about it? Let's go. Let's start off with some Star Wars. So I was not expecting to see this at the toy swap. Actually, 2 things that kind of go together. You'll see in a second. I wasn't expecting to see these at the toy swap, but my buddy Matt, who was selling them, gave me a really good deal on them. The first thing I got was one of these vintage C-3PO carrying cases. This is the one I wasn't expecting to come home with. I have actually been in the market for one, just not this one. He just so happened to have this one and the other one, which I'm going to show you here in a second, and he said, hey, you want both of them? $20. So I got this and this pretty sweet Darth Vader case. This is the one that I was really after, for a total of $20. Now listen, they're dusty. They look like they've probably been in storage for a while, but that's nothing a little paper towel and water can't fix. Maybe shine them up real nice. Added bonus, I opened them both up, and they have the figure racks. It used to be, when you open them up, and let's see if I can do it and show you, if you're not aware, they're the little slots for the figures. And then sometimes these guys aren't there because they're like these little racks that peg in and hold the figures so they don't just fall apart. I actually have one of these. I don't know if you've ever seen him in the videos. He's just out of frame right over here. I have one of these that my brother gave me back whenever I was, God, I had to have been younger than 10 years old. My brother, who is 10 years older than me, had a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff, gave them to me. The figures have all been lost with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2, but I have this case. And I wanted to replace the case, not to replace the one I have, but now that my brother has a son, my nephew is getting into Star Wars, I'm actually going to hand off the one that my brother had to him so he can have something that his father had when he was a child. But I wanted to still have one for myself because I love this thing. I loved having one, but now it is time for me to hand off that one to my nephew, and I still have one for the display. Keeping with the Star Wars theme, I finally decided to start diving in and grabbing some of these Black Series 40th anniversary figures. I was able to get the Scout Trooper for Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary, and I also have the Wicket from that wave. So I need to go and get the other 3, as well as the Target exclusive Gamorrean Guard, which we've seen a couple times, and every time I've seen it, it's been, I don't know, the card has been damaged or the bubble has been crushed for some, I don't know what the deal is, but I've gone to like 4 or 5 different Targets, and anytime I see one, either the bubble's crushed or the card has a giant crease in it. So these, normally I'm very, very pro opening figures, but these, I like the presentation for the 40th anniversary with the vintage backing card. So those are staying on card. So I'm being a little bit more picky about those. Speaking of retro figures staying on card, that's going to bring me to my other 2 pickups. Once again, shout out to Marcus Put on a fantastic show. Also picked up some Ninja Turtle stuff from him not too long ago. Marcus is apparently turning into my Ninja Turtle dealer because I picked up the retro reissue of the Michelangelo and the Raphael from the Walmart exclusives that came out probably, man, I think close to 2 years ago at this point. I found the Leonardo and the Donatello on clearance probably about a year ago for, I don't know, like $5 a piece. And when I went back to go find the Raphael and the Michelangelo, they were all gone. And I just figured, well, that's it. I'm going to have an incomplete set of turtles. But Marcus had an extra set that he was selling, and luckily he was selling them individually. So I got these for the retail cost of about $13. So was able to score these. So Marcus, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Those are going to be pegged on the wall for display. 3 more things I want to show you. My buddy Ricky, after Toylanta, and everyone was going through the Mythic Legions craze. My buddy Ricky, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, I know where I can grab some Mythic Legions for a decent price. You want in?" And I said, "Yeah, I want in." And I was able to grab 3 figures from the new Mythic Legions All-Star 5 wave. And the first one, I wasn't expecting to get this one up front, but when I was looking at it online, some of the toy photography pictures just looked fantastic. So I was like, all right, I think I'm in for this one. So I got my first Goblin. I got Swig. And what really sold me on this one are those purple cloth goods. I can probably take some fun pictures with this one as well. I'm thinking a Marvel Legends mashup maybe would be a really fun photo shoot with this guy. So I got the Swig, and the 2 that I was really looking forward to from this wave are these guys. I got this really cool rusted Skelly Boy right here. This is the Ilgar figure, and if my camera will focus, hopefully you can see how cool that paint job is. That cool rusted look, getting a little bit of the glare from the ring light, but look at how sweet that is. And it comes with a nice different head swap with a gray beard and a rusted helmet. That looks really cool. This is probably one of my favorite skeletons that they've done. I really like the paintwork that they did. Let me see if I can get really close. Look at the paintwork on that skull. And the bones. Ah, this looks so good. I love it. I can't wait to open it. The final Mythic Legions figure I've got from that wave, which is the one that I voted for. So every year they do the All-Stars wave, and they put out a competition. You vote for which figures you want to have re-released. And they kind of tweak them here and there. They give them better paint jobs, or maybe there's an updated articulation, or it comes with different accessories. But this is the one that I voted for, and the one that I've been looking forward to the most. And that is Romulus. Romulus kind of has that cool Greek hoplite look. It's not quite Greek. It's not quite Roman. It looks a little bit more Greek and Spartan than it does Roman. At least the helmet does. But also his name is Romulus. So if you're familiar with the founding of Rome myth, you know where that name comes from. Although his is spelt a little bit different. But look at this. This is fantastic. I love this. God, that black armor with those red accents just really pop. I can't wait to get this guy. I really want to get another one of these guys. And since they're all modular and you can take them apart and customize the figures, I want to get him and one of the Centaur figures and put his torso on the Centaur so I can have a Centaur Mercurian figure. And man, I'm very excited to have the Romulus figure. I've just been going crazy on these Mythic Legions. They're just so good. I didn't realize how fantastic these figures were until I had a couple in hand, and whenever you can get them for the 4 Horsemen price of $40 for a standard figure, it's fantastic. And when you think about it these days, you know, a deluxe Marvel Legend or a deluxe Star Wars Black Series figures around $35, and this is only $5 more, and the quality of these blows Hasbro out of the water. I'm not hating on Hasbro. I still enjoy tons of Hasbro figures. The Transformers, the Star Wars, the Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe. Hasbro's on top of their game, I think, a lot of the times. Although I do have minor gripes about some of the Star Wars Black Series figures. But I still love them. They're still great quality. The Indiana Jones figures have been fantastic. So again, no hate on Hasbro. But with a deluxe figure of that quality for $5 more, getting a Mythic Legion, man, like, I just feel like I get so much more worth for my money for that extra $5. I can't speak highly enough about Four Horsemen and the Mythic Legions line. Anyway, that's going to do it for this 2-week toy hunt. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know you could have used your time to watch any other toy hunt video or any other video on YouTube for that matter, but you used your time to watch this one, and I really appreciate that. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you're so inclined, please tell your friends. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm getting close to 700 subscribers. I'm really trying to get up to that 1,000 mark. If we can get to 1,000 before the end of the year, I would be a very happy man. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, see you real soon. Stay spooky.